Hey, 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 good evening, everybody. Welcome to Victory Talk. It's Friday! Hey! Hallelujah. So I am excited. Are y'all excited today? Y'all know how I get when the weather is good outside. Oh my gosh. I love the spring and the summer. I know the allergies are kicking your butt, but it's still awesome. So I'm excited. So therefore, I might be a little bit extra hyped tonight. So let's get started. We had a special edition of Victory Talk. Let me apologize in the front for us getting started a little bit late. But listen, you won't be disappointed. We just had to get some things set up, get some prep work done in the background because we want to make sure that we are sharing all of this wealth of knowledge with you. And so we know how y'all love when we, actually get together and, cook in our kitchens and share and show recipes as we are teaching. And so as this is our Fit for Life segment, and we have our Fit for Life guru, Shay Brown. But before I go to Shay Brown, I want to say hey to my girl, Key. Hey, Key.
Hey, everybody. It's Friday.
Yes.
You already know how I do. Friday, almost at sundown. We are in the place. Don't forget to let everybody know that Victory Talk is on, y'all. We about to get it on and popping with some juicing tonight.
Yes. So, if you are in your kitchens and you want to follow along with us, we encourage you to do so because this is something that we want you to know how to make as well to be able to do it for yourself. So, real quick, I'm going to give you an opportunity to, go to your pantry, go to your refrigerator, get what you need, or at least write this list down if you did not catch it on the advertisement so that later on you can go back and get these the ingredients and be able to juice for yourself. So tonight we are going to be using beets, fresh beets. All right, fresh beets, fresh ginger, green apples, Granny Smith green apples, carrots. Mine are already sliced up and ready to go. Fresh pineapple. My fresh pineapple is actually already prepared and ready to go. You can see my little top. Y'all know I'm real creative, so I got my little top right there as a centerpiece. And then, don't laugh at me, kid. I know you laughing at me. And then also we need coconut water. All right, coconut water. So I think I got everything. Did I get everything, y'all? Yes. Okay, awesome. And so before we go any further, we want you to grab your devices. We want you to call somebody, text somebody, tweet somebody, tell them Victory Talk is on. And so we're going to be doing juice in two ways tonight. I personally do not have a juicer. But for Christmas, my children bought me this big NutriBullet. This NutriBullet. And that is how I make my juices. I make it in my NutriBullet along with my trusty dusty strainer. And I go from there. Sister Shay, when she comes on, she's got the real McCoy. She got the real deal. And so she's going to share with you her device that she uses. Amen. And then Key, my girl Key, she also recently bought a new juicer. Key, do you have your juicer nearby?
Oh, no. My juicer is downstairs.
Okay. So I'm gonna throw.
He's taking the night off. So we worked this out to y'all to where you have your conventional way of juicing. So for those who don't have a juicer, you'll be able to still get it in. We have our handy dandy industrial juicer that I'm sure Shay Brown, because she sells them, y'all. Shameless plug. So she's got her good, and then I got my mid-level juicer that's downstairs. But I'm gonna chill and make sure that I catch all the comments and do most of the reading and whatnot. So we all on the same. We vibing, y'all. We
vibing. And y'all know how I do. I'm gonna throw Key underneath the bus. Key had to go get beautified. She had to get her hair did. So therefore, she was a little bit behind and didn't get to get her ingredients. But I always got you, sis, because you're going to be able to do the talking tonight. And you sure look pretty.
Well, thank you, ma'am. And she wouldn't be my sister if she did not toss me under every once in a while.
All right, Shay, come on, let's hear from you because we are going to, not only are we juicing tonight, we are still talking about how not to die from the book that we have been going over for the past couple of months. And tonight we're going to be also talking about intermittent fasting and diabetes. So we're going to make sure not only are you getting to know how to do some juicing and get to try some tasty juice, we want to make sure you also know the benefits and how it can help you and what you need to do to live a healthy life. Listen, y'all, this stuff is working. It's real. I'm trying to tell y'all it's real. All right, Shay Brown, come on and self-introduce for us, sis.
Hello, and happy Friday! I'm so excited today. It's Friday because I get a weekend break. I think I'm going to sleep in late. My version of sleeping in late is till about 6:30 in the morning. Then I'm going to get up and go for a run. Normally I get up at 4:30, so that is sleeping in late for me. But I am so excited about today because I'm actually sharing something with you guys that I take as a serious profession, juicing. You know, Jackie said that I do sell the juices, and a lot of people have been asking me, Shay, what do you use? Shay, what do you put in your juices? Shay, how can I juice better? So today we're going to do a special segment on juicing. And on top of juicing, you just don't want to juice. You want to make sure that you are incorporating everything into what you do. So when you juice, when you intermittent fast, when you're done, you want to think about those chronic illnesses and diseases that you are fighting. We are doing all of these things because we are trying to fight for better health, better quality of life. So tonight, text your friend like Jackie and Keith said. Text your friends, let them know. This is a special segment because I'm about to share something with you guys that I normally don't share. I normally wait till that little cookbook is about to come out, all right? But we're going to share some juices with you guys. Get something up under your belt, and if you just don't feel like juicing, you know where to find me. I'm not hard to find. Let's get started.
All right. So, I'm going to turn it over to Kate. Are you there, Kate?
I can't hear you. Say again.
Okay, so let me just go ahead and get my little spiel in. Very few of us actually manage to fit the targeted 6 to 8 servings of fruits and vegetables into our meals every day. Juicing daily virtually guarantees success in reaching that goal because it is so easy to drink 2 or 3 glasses of freshly prepared juice. Juicing. What are some of the benefits of juicing? Give us some benefits of juicing, Shay.
Like you said, it's so hard to get all those fruits and vegetables into your day all at once. Why? Because we live a busy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay? 2, we forget. Jeez, I forgot to eat that apple at this time. 3, who has time? We don't have time to keep running to the grocery store to buy fresh fruits and vegetables. So, what you do? You combine it all together. You put it in one of your little glass containers. You see one little glass container with one little spoon? You put it in your containers and you put it in that refrigerator. And you pull it out whenever you want to. You can best believe everything that we have tonight, you're going to be intaking all your juices. And you only need to take in just 1 16-ounce. One more thing I forgot to tell you guys. If you happen to have a handy dandy lemon, anybody have a lemon? If you have a lemon, that will definitely help with taste as well with your juicing, okay?
Yeah.
So, Jackie, I don't know if you have lemons at the house, but anyone else, if you have lemon, let's get it together. Grab a lemon, cut it. Don't cut it all the way out because you don't want to take the skin off your fruits and vegetables. You don't want to ever take the skin off because most of your nutrients are in the skin of your fruits and vegetables. So, as you will see, but you did see me cut my pineapple. It's hard to clean that stuff out with the pineapple skin. So I do take the skin off my pineapple, but anything else, I leave the skin on it. So benefits of juicing, like I said, there's 3 benefits. You get all your fruits in that you're supposed to. Number 2, you don't forget. Number 3, who really has time? There's a lot of benefits to juicing.
Yes.
And you know what? Just to jump in there real quick to piggyback off of what Shay just got finished saying, you actually gave us something that we didn't have to talk about. So I am so glad that you threw that in there because as Lady J said, I just got a juicer. I called myself doing some juicing last week. I concocted some things and it turned out pretty good, but I took the skins off. And so I'm so glad that you said that because I was concerned about like the orange peels and not so much the apple, but the orange peels and like the mango, the tougher fruits. I was concerned about trying to mix those up and jamming up my machine. So I'm glad that you said that because I didn't know that that was a thing. I thought that I was supposed to. Plus, it's added like an hour onto my time peeling all of that stuff.
Yeah. So let me ask you this,
So
Shay.
this is great. I didn't even know that you could leave the skins on and ingest that.
So Shay, let me ask you this because I peel my beets because you know how a beet comes out the ground. It's you know all crazy looking. It's rough and what have you. So I'll peel my beets. Is that okay though?
It's okay, but I'd rather keep my fingers the regular color and not red, so I don't peel mine.
You got a point, because afterwards I'm standing there with the lemon, rubbing my hands, getting the red. And I love fresh beets, but yes, you are absolutely right. Yeah, the color gets you. Okay.
All right, so just a few more, Shay went over the benefits of juicing, but we just to throw something else in there. Fresh raw produce is more nutritious than its cooked counterparts. So it's saying that juicing raw fruits and veggies preserve all of their vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and natural goodness. Mm-hmm. So besides that, it helps your body absorb and metabolize all the beneficial nutrients in fresh produce. Juice is liquid. Fruits and vegetables are solid, so obviously you're going to get more from the juice than you would get from eating the fruits and veggies.
Another thing also, Key, is that juicing, it is easily metabolized in the body. Yeah. It's easily digested through the body. It's a simple carb. Those complex carbs, the bread, the rice, the pasta, the noodles, the rice, all those things, the meats, very, very complex carbs. Juices will fill you up. I always tell people, another quick way of losing weight is that drink some water just before you eat, like an 8-ounce glass of water before you eat. Juicing, that is a meal in itself, okay? Or a snack. Number one, it has all the nutrients in it that Keith just mentioned. Mm-hmm. And number two, it's liquid. The body needs about 75% of water anyway, okay? So juicing is giving you an overall benefit, any way you really look at it, okay? Easily digestible, all right, goes right through your system. 75% of your body consists of water, and number three is full of nutrients. So juicing is definitely something that is really good. Some people do 3-day, 7-day juicing. I think I did a 7-day juicing when after the holidays. Of course, I didn't eat a lot, but I wanted to do a 7-day juicing because I just really wanted to get everything off. Part of my juicing was my soups. Okay, my soups not the regular soups that I have to chew, but the ones like my green machine. I went to a little softball game for my nephew, and I had my green machine in my little cup. And I was just drinking it, and they were like, geez, that smells good. What is in that cup? And I'm like, it's my dinner, But I'm drinking on that, and I'm like, I'm completely full, and this is my glass of water that I'm going to have for tonight. 7 o'clock, I don't eat after 7. So you have to make a plan of how you plan on being successful with a lifestyle, not a diet, okay? Understand what I just said? A lifestyle, okay?
Thank you, yes.
Absolutely. And so whenever you guys, want to jump in there and get started, you can feel free to jump in there and get started. But I'm going to talk about, mention a couple of the comments. We got a couple questions already, so they into this. And I'm excited that you guys are into this because health is wealth, and that is what we are here to do. So Miss Victoria, wait a minute. First of all, let's give a shout out to all of our people that we got in the house right now. I don't know if I'm missing anybody. If there's anybody So Miss Victoria wants to
I do take the skin off the fire aspect. But any other, I leave the skin on, but you have to have a very, very good juice. Yeah, it's not juiceable, it's skin. I'll bring it out and I'll let you guys see it. So everybody will know what I have. You know, I have nothing to hide. And it works very, very well. It costs a couple of dollars, but you pay for what you get. Okay, so if you are really into juicing and it's something that you want to start doing, then health. I mean, your health is your wealth, like he said. So invest in your health.
Absolutely. And then we got one more. Sunshine asks, what is the best grocery store to buy all these fruits and veggies? Because as we know, it can be super expensive, especially in these, I don't even want to say post-COVID days, because it's just COVID days. It's just here. So any suggestions on, a place to get fresh fruits and veggies from as reasonable as possible?
I know that churches give out fruits and vegetables, and that's free. Also, Walmart. Walmart has fruits and vegetables. I mean, that's like one of the cheapest stores that, you can get that from. Aldi's has
I was going to say, Aldi as well, you just got to be careful. You got to make sure that you check your stuff out to make sure it's not a little beat up or whatever, but definitely Aldi.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be moms. I mean, if you're into organic, then, get your organic fruits and vegetables. But me, I just grab whatever's out there.
All right, so we ready for our next question, or y'all want to jump in there and keep rolling with the questions?
Whatever you ladies want to do. I can slide my stuff aside and I can start juicing. We can start talking about diabetes, intermittent fasting, as for juicing if you want.
Cool, so I'll just go ahead and keep rolling. Lady J has started a little bit earlier because she has to work on blending her stuff up, so she's doing that in the background. So let's talk about prepping for juicing. So we talked about the juicing machine a little bit, and we talked about the types of produce. Let's talk about the length of time that you can store the juices. And can somebody tell me about freezing? Because I know one thing, I'm not about to be spending 3 hours every week on all these damn juices. I'm trying to take a day and I got bottles galore and figure out a way to freeze these things so that I'm not constantly having to be in the kitchen. So what's the shelf life in the refrigerator, and how can we go about freezing if we need to do that?
Shelf life in the refrigerator is like 14 days, okay? But I always drink all my juices before 7 days. I don't like leaving it. That's just me.
But it's not going to make it 14 days, so I'm good. I thought it was more like 3. So
yeah, 14 days. Yeah. But I like to drink all my juices before the 7th day because I like to make fresh juices the following week, and I make my juices to last me all week long. Another way of keeping them stored is in the freezer, okay? And they last up to 6 months, all right? But why would you make juice and put it in for 6 months, But it can last up to that much. Exactly. So, it can last up that long. So
how would you freeze? You can't freeze in the plastic, right? You need to freeze in glass, or?
No, I'll freeze in plastic.
You do freeze in plastic.
Yeah.
So you just put it in the regular bottle, or do you have to do anything? Put it in like freezer bags or anything in particular?
What I normally do is I put them like in 32-ounce containers, and then I put them in the freezer, and then I'll label it, so I'll know what it is. Because when I put it in 32-ounce containers, every there is 32, 16, 2 servings for me. So I can take it out, put it in the refrigerator, and let it just thaw out. And I don't leave it on the counter to thaw out. Anything that I have, I put into the refrigerator so I can thaw out.
Perfect. All right, so best fruits and vegetables to juice. So we did a little bit of research on this, and we're going to tell you guys as they're beginning to work in the background. We're going to tell you guys a little bit about what Google says are the best fruits and vegetables to juice, and what the benefits are.
You're telling me I can't.
Lady J, you saying something?
No, I'm talking. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So, no, I was talking to the producer. I was asking if he could mute me so that I could blend without it being.
Oh, while you're blending, yeah.
Yes, but yeah,
Okay.
but I can't.
Hey, Bev. Bev is in the house. Hey, Yes. All right, everybody's tuning in trying to hear the last reason. All right, so apples. Apples have antioxidants. They help to reduce cholesterol, clean your digestive system, and help to boost the immune system. We got pineapples, anti-inflammatory, antiviral, and antibacterial. They also help to dissolve blood clots. So that's a good thing. I love pineapples. That is like my go-to. Papaya is good for digestion. It also helps with to replenish vitamin C. Tomatoes. So I never thought about, juicing a tomato, but it's definitely on there, and it says that they're popular and that they're at the top of the best fruits and vegetables to juice. Tomatoes, y'all, are fantastic for your health. They help lower your risk of cancer, especially testicular cancer in men, and it's good for your heart due to the high amount of lycopene. So I'm not going to, go on and on and on about the different properties in each one, but berries are good, cabbage, broccoli, celery, carrots, sweet potatoes, y'all. I ain't know about this one. Love some sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes can be juiced. Cranberries, parsley, citrus fruits, and dandelion greens. And then, of course, you have your spinach, celery, cucumber, what else? Kale, all of that fun stuff. So we're going to talk about, what are y'all doing now before I jump into intermittent fasting? What's going on in the background?
Well, right now,
I'm sorry, go ahead, Jackie.
I was going to say, right now I'm at a standstill. I need to move my blender out of y'all's ear range. So, go ahead.
Is my blender, is it loud? Can you guys hear my blender?
Yeah, but yours is not loud as mine was.
Wait a minute, now I got the
It is so smooth.
No, it's not going to allow me to buy a new blender because I got the Vitamix not too long ago, but I cannot hear that. What is that?
It's a NAMA. NAMA. Can you type that in?
Absolutely.
NAMA.
That's the juicer that I was looking at. I didn't get that one, but I was looking at that juicer. NAMA. Blender or juicer?
Cold press machine.
What is your see? I'm about to make a return. NAMA cold press is the machine that Shay has, and that is around 500 roughly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why you have to go get the price?
Sometimes you gotta pay for sometimes you gotta pay for good quality. If you're looking to juice you might want to go on the higher end of juicers and not the little $30 I ain't gonna put no names out there, but you might want to spend a little bit more if you're gonna be doing more. All right, so we see the machine working. Ooh. Lady J is busy in the background. She got her blender and stuff going. I'm going to talk about intermittent fasting a little bit while you guys are working. Wait a minute, let me see. Oh, Miss Victoria said, do you have to add water while juicing? Excellent question.
I do, because I'm not using a straight juicer. So I do have, you saw me with my cup, and I just add a little bit of water as I put my items in. So therefore it makes it easier for it to blend. But I'm sure I imagine Shay does it.
But if you're using a straight juicer, water is not, you don't have to use water, right?
Right.
No, I don't use any water in it. But what I have been doing, because I don't like wasting any of my fruits and vegetables, I will take my coconut water and I will pour some in there just to flush it out just a little bit. And you can see that it doesn't come out on this part, it always comes out on that part. So I'm going to pour again, you can see it coming out here, but not here, okay?
Okay.
But normally, no, I don't use water in my juicing. I just recently just started putting like the coconut water in it just to flush it out some more. And look at this. Look at it. It is completely dry.
You know what? I'm glad that you mentioned that too, because the juicer, which I can't remember, I think I got a Breville. I think that's what it's called. It was somewhere around $330 or something like that. I'm noticing that I'm having a little bit of it is too wet. It's not super wet on the other side, but I am having some. And so I don't know, Shay, if it's any way to fix that or if it's just the juicing machine itself.
It could be the juicing machine, Key. I'm not exactly sure because I'm not really familiar with your juicer. But as you guys can see that I'm taking my juice and I'm putting my juice in a separate container. This right here is the green apple, it is the lemon, and it is ginger, okay? I'm going to start doing my pineapple now, okay? Now, what I'm showing you guys is a base of what I mostly use for the majority of the juicing, okay? Which is what's in here. It gives the juice a lot of flavor, especially the green apple.
Yeah.
Anyone that's a diabetic, this one here is a perfect one for them because it's not sweet at all, okay? When you're diabetic, you should only be eating apples, berries, anything that ends in a berry, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, and blackberries. Carrots are good for you, and also beets. So I'm going to set this over to the side. You can see that is a lot.
So you said that's green apple and what?
Green apple, lemon, and ginger.
Okay, got it. And you can just that's a juice. You can, I mean, you're using it as a base, but they put it to that's a juice by itself.
That is a juice by itself. Okay. So my next one is the beets. Okay. Now with the beets, I kind of like keep that separate as well because I make a lot of beet juice because beets. Does anyone know what beets are good for? Anybody know what that is for? I know someone has to have. I'm not going to tell you. Somebody tell me why beets are beneficial.
I use the beets have helped keep Phil's blood pressure down, as well as keep his blood flow. Can you hear me? Okay, as well as keep his blood flow, going. Keep everything, moving, and oxygenized and all that good jazz. So the beet juice has really helped him with his blood pressure. So I don't know what it does to everybody else.
It helps control blood sugar, lower cholesterol, and stay regular. So for those of y'all who have some constipation issues or probably some gut issues, you want to lean a little bit more towards those beets. And Google. If you need to know, look it up. Google knows everything. I want to put that Pastor Phil's shirt. My wife knows everything. Something that says that I love so much. All right, so let's talk about intermittent fasting a little bit while we're still juicing. With intermittent fasting, you only eat during a specific time, and you fast for a certain number of hours each day, or eat just one meal for a couple days a week. There are several different ways to do intermittent fasting, but they're all based on choosing regular time periods to eat and fast. So Shay, tell us a little bit about your thoughts on intermittent fasting and how people can incorporate that into their schedule. Like, what is your go-to? Because I know there are multiple different ones.
Yeah, some of the intermittent fasting that we do 12 hours, 16 hours, and 20 hours of intermittent fasting. Never have I ever done a 24-hour. I don't encourage anyone to ever do a 24-hour fasting because your body needs some type of nutrients throughout the day. Why? Because your body is used to it. And if you just all of a sudden say, I want to do a 24-hour fast, you will not function that day or the next day, okay? So I don't encourage that. If you plan on doing something like that, I suggest that you kind of like gradually move yourself into that. I fast every day. I fast for 16 hours every day. This week I've been fasting 16 hours and 20 hours, alternating them, okay? I fast for 20 hours twice this week, all right? To where I was only allowed to eat within that 4-hour time period, which I was fine with that. I had no problem with that because I fast for 16 hours. So I just had to cut my meals off at 5 o'clock that day. And I was not allowed to eat again until 1 o'clock the next day, 1 or 2 o'clock. I think I went like 21 hours. I was just so busy where I just forgot to eat. But I wasn't hungry because my body is used to that. You have to start off with something that's going to work for you. So with intermittent fasting, I tell people to do it like that from 6 to 6, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., 7 p.m. to 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Because the majority of the time in between that, stop eating at the p.m. and beginning to eat in the a.m., you're sleeping most of that time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So it shouldn't be too hard for you, but most people, they'll wake up during the night and they'll go grab a snack. You don't need a snack at night, okay? Because it's going to go to bed with you. Most people, as soon as they wake up, they got to go to the gym. I need to eat before I go to the gym. You don't need to eat before you go to the gym, all right? There have been studies that have shown that your body, with intermittent fasting, the first 8 hours, the first 5 hours, your body ingests the food, and your digestive system is trying to break it down, okay? It gets into your stomach, and the studies keep trying to break it down to where it goes into your colon, all right? Within the 7th, 8th hour, it's already in your colon, and you're about to get rid of it, right? So once you do get rid of it, your body is like looking for something else, all right? But you don't feed it. The best time to work out is between the 9th and 11th hour of fasting. Why? Because your body has nothing to like feed off of, okay? Your body is looking for something. So instead of you giving it some food, what is it going to feed from? Does anyone know?
The fat that's stored.
Yes, the fat that's stored, exactly. Because your fat that's stored, it can be here, it can be there, it can be here, it can be up under your chin, it can be back here in the back, okay? Wherever that fat is stored, that's where your body's going to say, you know what, we need some energy, and fat is energy. Fat will be broken down by the body and used for energy. So as you're steadily exercising, your body is grabbing onto fat, grabbing onto more fat, and it's breaking it down and it's using it for energy. People tell me, Shay, you have lost a lot of weight. It is from the intermittent fasting. So I want to lose a little bit more, Shay, you don't need to, but you know what? I don't never listen to anyone. I always do. I always mirror myself off the person that I'm looking at in the mirror, not anyone else that sits on the outside and don't know what's going on the inside. I'm sorry, Sammy, know somebody at the door. I'm so sorry. All right, so that's pretty much intermittent fasting. So if you're thinking about doing that, start off with about 12 hours, okay? And try that for like 30 days and see how well you do. And then, the next month, try 12 hours and then mix it up with the days where you're doing 16 hours, all right? I'm not going to encourage you to do 20 hours. I never want to do that, but if that's something that you decide to do, that would be totally on you, right? But between 12 to 16 hours of fasting, you have to make it a lifestyle. You cannot just make it, I'm just going to do it to diet. You got to make it that lifestyle. So with me, intermittent fasting is every day. I don't need to eat breakfast. I don't have to eat breakfast because I know once I start, I'm going to put my weight back on. And I kind of like eating my meal in the middle of the day and then having something later on and just before I go to bed. I don't need to eat breakfast. Don't want to, be honest with you.
And you know what? That's really good. And I'm glad that you threw that in there because obviously our bodies listen to us and they kind of operate the way that we operate. So obviously, we're brains, so we have to tell our bodies what to do. And I noticed that when I don't eat breakfast, then my body gets used to that. And then after a while, I'm not even hungry when I wake up in the morning. My body is so used to not eating until 11 or 12. And so, it becomes routine like everything else. And so, like you said, You really don't need breakfast. I mean, most of the time, you can eat a healthy breakfast. Everybody knows you can make anything healthy and well balanced, but most of the time when we do breakfast, it's going to be pancakes, French toast, it's going to be potatoes, all the things that we have no business eating. It's going to make us sluggish and tired for the rest of the day. Yes. And then we got all of those empty carbs and sugar and feeling crappy and crummy.
All that stuff.
All that. So just a few more things on intermittent fasting. Studies are showing that intermittent fasting boosts workout memory. So it helps your thinking and memory. It helps your heart health. It helps your physical performance, diabetes and obesity, and tissue health. So they've done all of these studies on animals and people, on intermittent fasting, and it really does work. And so our next question on that is intermittent fasting for everyone? Because of course, as we always say, you should speak with your primary care practitioner before you try to go on any type of diet routine. But it's saying that some people, if they're clear of doing that, who are younger than 18, women who are pregnant or breastfeeding, those with a history of eating disorders, obviously, and people with diabetes or blood sugar problems. So, can you share with us some other ways or alternative methods that a person who fits under one of these categories can, take if they're unable to do the intermittent fasting, other ways that they can try to stay healthy and get on a weight loss or exercise regimen? I know you're going to say exercise is number one. Well, diet is number one, and then exercise. But what else can they do if they can't do the fasting?
With my patients, they're diabetic, they intermittent fast. Okay? Intermittent fast. I just say, watch your blood sugar. Check it 4 times a day. You intermittent fast, but you check your blood sugar. Have emergency stuff in your pocket. But they intermittent fast. I don't tell my patients that are diabetic don't intermittent fast. They tell you that because it's safe to say things like that.
Right.
Unless you have someone that knows what they're doing, that is closely monitoring you, which I do with my patients that are intermittent fasting, because normally with a diabetic, you see your doctor every 3 months, right? But with my patients that are intermittent fasting, I also put in there obesity and stuff like that, so I can definitely bring them back, so their insurance will pay for it, but they're intermittent fasting, all right? Me and my patients know, intermittent fast. Blood sugars, okay? Because and I let them know your sugars will drop. So when it does drop, you take something. Emergency granola bar in your pocket, okay? You don't need to take the glucose sugar thing. Drop it a complex carb, okay? Something that's going to more than sustain you. Or if you have your glucose tablets, pop one of those in your mouth. But check your sugars. If it's below 70, pop something in your mouth. All right?
There you go, Miss Victoria, because she actually was typing in there while we were talking about it. She thought that, diabetics weren't supposed to miss meals. So she just, kind of went over that with us. And it's good, that we're talking about these things, because obviously we want everybody to have the same opportunity if we can, with everybody else. We don't want to put things in a box and say, well, because you have this, you can't do this. And so knowing that, it is still an option for people with different health challenges is awesome. I want to shoot it over to Lady J real quick. I don't know if she went off camera, but I was going to ask, how you making out over there with your blending situation? What you got going on?
Listen, I got the producer in the background, so my blender was loud, and so he took it into the living room, and he's been blending my stuff, but I'm good, y'all. I'm good. So you guys can't really see it. Wait a minute, let me do this so that you can see it. Y'all know I got my bottles. If you get juice from me, please return your glass bottle. Unlike Shay, I do not sell my juice. That's just not me. I juice and I'm good with that. So if you ask me for some juice, I'll do what I can do. But my time is limited. But here it is, my first, and this one is my lemon, carrot, green apple, and ginger.
Ooh. All right, y'all, and let me just say, and I think Lady J is about to she gonna jump into the juicing world just to make it a little bit easier for herself. But y'all do see, for those who may not be able to get a juicer right now, it is doable. It is all you hear that saying. We say it all the time. You make time for what is important to you. So if you invest in your health now, as my sister Shay says, then you don't have to worry about investing in these daggone pharmaceutical companies later. So use your blender strainer. It works all the same.
Yeah, it does.
And so Shay, what you got? Oh, it's the beets. I saw Lady J with the beets and the it was so pretty in the blender, y'all. And I put some tips on the beets because let me just tell y'all, the first time I tried to use some beets, I don't know. I think it was whatever I mixed it with. It tastes like
the only thing I put.
It was disgusting. But when Lady J made a juice with some beets before, it was just so refreshing and amazing. So I just need to know what to mix with the beets. That's what I need to know.
The only thing that I don't know what Shay does, but I use the fresh pineapple. And I use ginger and the beets. That's all I do in my beet juice. Now I don't know what Shay you do in your beet juice, but and I do occasionally add lemon. I do because I like the pop from the lemon. It just does something to
Hey, give me like 2 minutes to rinse everything out because I'm ready to do my pineapples. I do pineapples last because it's hard to like get everything through the machine. Sometimes some of the stuff in the pineapples can get caught in the machine.
Yeah,
that's why I'm doing it last. But give me 1 second. But with my beets, I put carrots in there too and lemon juice and lemons.
Oh, really? Oh.
Carrots and lemons and beets. I'm making notes and I'm typing it in the comments for y'all who are. I don't know if Tawana is on. I know that she said that she was going to try to grab some stuff so that but if you're not on, I'm typing in the comments and you can catch us on the replay, y'all. All right. So Miss Victoria says, how do you know which flavors mix well flavor-wise? That is an excellent question. I've just been experimenting. Is that what y'all do? Just kind of put stuff together and see how it turns out?
It depends on what I'm in the mood for at that moment. And I just experiment. I know that if I'm if I'm in the grocery store, I may think, oh, I got this, I got that, I got this. Oh, this will go together. And then sometimes when I come in the house, especially after I did a produce drop, one of the things I'll do is I'll separate stuff and I'll put it in a Ziploc bag and I'll put the whole bag that I'm going to put together as juice and I'll put it in the freezer. So that way I have stuff already prepared and already ready to go, so I can just take out the refrigerator, go ahead, commence with my juicing, and then, go on, with whatever I'm doing. So I just kind of go with whatever I got. If I got leftover strawberries in the refrigerator, they may be starting to get a little weird. Girl, I will juice them boys up real quick. Same thing with my grapes, cucumbers. I love cucumber and celery juice. Love it. I just about do anything. I mean, and for me, because and much like Shay, but I'm so busy to be able just to grab my bottle of juice when I'm going to go out the door or something. Y'all know I'm horrible. I'm pretty concerned about eating overall in general. But I find it's really easier for me to drink it. That's why when I do the green smoothies, and that's so much easier to me than making a meal.
Yeah, because when you have juice in a cup and you can, first of all, like you said, there's no prep work. You can throw it in your purse, you can throw it in your lunch bag, you can just take it in your hand. Yeah. And while you're driving down the road, while you're moving around, while you're doing whatever, you can drink it. So you don't have to be unwrapping stuff and adding condiments and all the other foolishness that we have to do, when we're eating a meal. And so let's talk a little bit about while you guys are getting your next thing together. Let's talk a little bit about juicing for diabetes. Because we touched on it a little bit, but we talked about diabetes back in January. But for those who missed the show, type 1 diabetes is caused by the immune system destroying cells in the pancreas that make insulin. So this causes diabetes by leaving the body without enough insulin to function normally. Type 2 diabetes is the body's inability to properly respond to insulin. And so there's a way to make ends meet and make juicing for diabetics and high blood pressure beneficial. The secret, it's saying, is with the types of ingredients used. So obviously we know that fruit juices can elevate blood sugar levels, but vegetable juices, on the other hand, it says are great for both conditions. So as I'm reading along a little bit, it's saying that things like broccoli and spinach help to reduce insulin resistance. Cinnamon, we ain't talked about cinnamon yet. I love cinnamon, but it says that cinnamon is another herb that's very beneficial to those with diabetes. Blueberries are called diabetes superfood by the American Diabetes Association. And then it's also mentioning that bitter melon is a vegetable seen to be created for those with diabetes. So those are a few. Shay, what else can you share with us on, some natural ways to lower the blood sugar as it relates to the diet? Oh, you're muted. Sorry. That's okay.
There's another berry that I also use in my juices called acai berry. That is a berry that is frozen. There's no acai berries in the United States ever. I think it's like an island type of food. So I have to get it from one of the whole food places, but it has to be frozen. They do have it dry, but I don't like it dry. I like getting all the juices that I can get from them. So I buy the frozen acai berry, and I put that in my juices as well. So if you are diabetic, I mean, the vegetable juices are definitely good for you. But again, juice with anything that ends in a berry. Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, green apples, lemon, ginger. All those things you still can juice with. And you can still put in kiwi, papaya. But knowing that you are diabetic, you want to make sure you don't use too much of that. And you also want to dilute it as much as possible with the coconut water as well. Okay? So I don't use a lot of coconut water in these juices that are very juicy, like my pineapples. But I will use a lot of coconut water, more like half and half, with someone that is a diabetic.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And we're rounding up time a little bit. We have a little bit of time left, but Shay, what are you working on with the pineapple? And then we're going to talk about lost it. Then we're going to talk about juicing for blood pressure quickly before we go.
Alright, so with the pineapple, I am finishing up the pineapple, and I'm going to start mixing up my pineapple ginger. Okay, I have a juice called pineapple ginger. I have another juice that's called my beating heart. Alright, so of course you probably already know my beating heart is the one with the beets. I like drinking the beet juice after I run because it replaces everything that helps to increase my blood flow. It helps to provide fresh oxygenated blood to my brain, to my heart, to my lungs. So I love drinking beets right after I exercise because it is a good thing. It is a good juice to drink after you finish a hard workout or hard cardio exercise, anything. Beet juice is like one of the number one things that you definitely want to incorporate whenever you're doing high cardiac exercises, okay? So now that my pineapples are pretty much done, I am going to put them in my juice bottle. I'm going to show you guys what I normally do. Let me get some more juice out of my container here. Pour a little bit of coconut water in there. Okay? And that should be almost done. And I'm going to bring this here.
Well, Shay,
and what I do,
Key, can I ask a question? Because I think we missed this question from Miss Victoria. She says, does your fasting have to be planned? Can you just pay attention to your body and eat when you feel the need?
Say it again, Jackie. I didn't hear you.
Miss Victoria asks, does your fasting have to be planned? Can you just pay attention to your body and eat when you feel the need to eat?
No, it has to be planned. Definitely has to be planned. This one is my pineapple ginger.
Pineapple ginger?
Okay.
Yeah. Do you put lemon in your pineapple ginger, Shay?
Very good. Very good.
Do you put lemon in your pineapple ginger?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, that's good
Put a
stuff.
little bit in there.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there.
All right, y'all. I hope you're taking notes so that when you go to try some of this stuff out, you won't be like I was and just all over the place. Because I tell you, I went and bought every one of everything or two of everything. I packed my refrigerator, and then I was sitting there looking at all the stuff like, oh Lord, now what am I gonna? What to do with all of this stuff? Matter of fact, tomorrow afternoon I gotta get back down there and get back to it before my stuff starts going bad. Because I got kiwi, I got blueberry, carrots, celery, cucumber. Oh my gosh, I had so much stuff in there that I need to. You know how you buy a new toy and then you just like go overboard? Yeah. I don't know what I was. And then went to BJ's, so it's like high quantities of stuff. So I'm about to just fill up my freezer and just go at it. But I can say that it is two of us, drinking, and Michonne and I are both doing it together. And then I'm gonna have the kids, start to do some juices too, as opposed to those sugary little juice pouch Capri Suns and stuff that they do that around here sucking down. Yeah. They about to get some of this natural juice, this good sugar, this healthy juice. Good. All right, so we're gonna talk about juicing for high blood pressure real quick. If you don't have diabetes, it's saying that there's no immediate risk when you add fruits to your ingredients. Bananas, let's talk about bananas. Because I know my mom was asking me that when she was here and I was starting to work with my juicer. I wouldn't have thought to try to put bananas in juice because I figured that's more of a smoothie fruit. Do you guys put bananas in juice? No? Okay. All right, so we got the lowering blood pressure. You can eat bananas. It mentions beets again, berries. It specifically mentions blueberries. It's saying that the compound of blueberries help prevent hypertension and can reduce high blood pressure. And then apples is a great fruit to help relieve hypertension. It says they're not exaggerating when they say that apple a day keeps the doctor away. Apples are rich in nutrients that even Snow White remains healthy in her number. So lowering blood pressure, there's some stuff for y'all. Shay, you got anything else before? It sounds like all of the things kind of work together at the end of the day to.
Pretty much, that's pretty much what it is. Everything pretty much works together. If you guys ever have time, look up plant-based nutrition and diabetes, plant-based nutrition and high blood pressure, plant-based nutrition, cancer. Look up those things. This is why it's so important to read the book How Not to Die, because everything that we're doing right now is good for anything. Okay? All the juices. The pineapple ginger is good for blood pressure. It's good for diabetes, but again, like I said, you want to put more water in it than juice, okay? The beets. It's very good for high blood pressure and diabetes, okay? All these juices, they're just good for it. And mixing them up, playing with them, seeing what tastes good to you. I used papaya, kiwi, and berries one time. And I had put just a touch of pineapple in there. I'm like, geez, this tastes good too. So just play around with it. I mean, make your own little recipe, but keep a record of your recipe so you'll know what you mixed it with. So the next time you do make a juice, you'll know what you're doing. Okay?
And that is, I'm glad that you said that too, because I made it. One of my juices that Michonne absolutely loves, he's like ranting and raving. He sent me a picture of him drinking it while I was at work, and I knew that I put watermelon in it. He's like, oh man, I don't think you wrote it down. I said, aha, young grasshopper, I did write it down. And so, what about watermelon? Because I know I mixed watermelon, strawberry, and like I think it was two other fruits. I'm gonna get back to y'all because I'm trying to tell y'all it's some good stuff. But what do you guys think about watermelon? Because I noticed that I got the most juice, obviously, from the watermelon. So I'm almost feeling like watermelon might be my go-to. Especially since we're coming up on the warmer months where you'll be able to, readily find watermelon. I feel like I'm gonna probably be putting some watermelon in just about every juice that I make because it made the most juice. Them little Peasley oranges, man. We put so much oranges and got this little. I said, damn, I know why orange juice is so expensive.
Right.
Watermelon with a touch of mint. So if you have a mint plant in your backyard, watermelon, throw a little bit of papaya in there as well. Oh my God, that is to die for. Yes, excellent for blood pressure and diabetes.
All right, if I turn around and see all y'all hanging out in my backyard, in my front yard, on my side, clipping my mint bushes, I'ma know why.
Listen, I know where you live, and it's on the outside, so I don't need no key.
You don't need no key.
When I come up, I'll snip lightly. I won't mess nothing up.
I will release my hound.
Alright, so you said watermelon, mint, and papaya. Oh gosh, that sounds just so refreshing.
Yeah, it does sound good.
Alright, Lady J, I know you're busy in the background. I had messaged to check on our time.
He ain't say nothing. We started late, so we got until 7. We got until 8:15.
Alright, so we got about 10 more minutes, y'all. So,
yes.
What do y'all got going on now? Are you still mixing?
I'm on
time. I'm pretty much done. I just had a couple of beets that I had to get rid of. And I'm just going to pour them in my little container here, and I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
I'm just finished straining. I'm straining my pineapple, ginger, lemon juice.
Pineapple, ginger, and lemon.
Yes. And my beet juice is done.
You already know
delicious. My beet juice was delicious. I feel like I need a little bit more ginger in my beet juice. I like the taste of ginger. Pastor Phil, he don't like the ginger so strong, but I love to really get the, that extra ginger in my back. I like it. Feel it back here.
Where did you guys I'm sorry, go ahead, Kate.
It's okay. I'm glad that you guys keep talking about the ginger because I have a question about that. Y'all already, even with my cooking, I'm real bootleg. So, I use the minced things, like the minced garlic as opposed to the fresh garlic. Sometimes I'll be feeling like doing all that work. So, with the ginger, I don't know how to, what do you do? You slice the actual ginger and then you just put it in the blender or the juicer?
What I do is, I get the whole ginger root. And so I wash it. Shay, is that what you have?
Yeah, that's what I do.
When you do some Shay, she was like, okay, just chuck the whole thing. But yeah, I just use the whole thing. And sometimes if it's a little rough, then I'll peel it. But if it's not, I just wash it with my scrubby. Just scrub the skin good and just use it. I don't even peel it.
I don't peel mine either.
You just put it in the blender or the juicer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, I'm real bootleg. I've been using, and ain't no shame in my game, I'm real transparent. I've been using the little ginger spice. Because I don't have time to be doing all that. I know it tastes better with the fresh ginger. I definitely use the little ginger. No! I'm probably coming through and I'll be sprinkling. He's like, what is that?
No.
It's still ginger.
No, y'all do not listen to that.
Don't do it. Don't do it. But look, all right, I'll stop being lazy. But no, in all jokes aside, I thought that it would break something because it's so hard. So I was concerned to put it in the blender. So if I put it in a blender and it break my blades, I'm going to say Shay and Lady J told me that I could put it in there like that.
Shay and Lady J told you that you can get a better blender. Stop working with the bootleg blenders.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, if that's $400 blender, I got to break a blade from some ginger. Somebody going to get an email. That's what happened.
Listen, no, it is not going to break your blade. It is not.
All right, so I'm gonna stop being lazy, y'all. Accountability. I'm saying it on the airwaves, so y'all not gonna see me with a little ginger spice no more. And don't nobody tell Shireen that I was doing that either, because she gonna talk about me.
Oh, I think
She my face, but she gonna talk about me.
I think I saw one here already.
All right, so Miss Victoria says, is there a specific recipe in terms of the amount of fruit required or how many ounces during the mixing process? Excellent question. So how do you guys figure out ratios?
I don't.
Well, green apple, I use as many green apples as I want because it gives a lot of flavor, all right?
Yeah.
With this particular juicing that I did, I used 3 green apples, all right? Which was a lot. Ginger, I had to trial and error with the ginger because it can be overbearing for some people. So with my juice with the pineapple ginger, I definitely put ginger in there, all right? With the beets and with all the other ones, I just put just a little bit in there just to give it a little bit more flavor. With the pineapples, it all depends on if you like your juices sweeter. With the beets, I'll use more pineapple with the beets than I use beets because beets can have like a bitter taste to it. So I will put more pineapple in it just to give it a little bit of sweetness, that natural sweetness. Lemons. I just put lemons in there, forget about that thing. So I just cut them up and I'll just throw them in there. I think for this one I used like 3 lemons. And you can still taste the lemon flavoring. I probably could have used another one, but I did not. Oranges, oranges just uses, they're very sweet too.
Yeah.
And being that you're leaving the skin on the oranges, I wouldn't use a lot of oranges because the skin can make it very thick, and you can taste the skin of the orange, which can be a little disturbing, when you're drinking it. So I don't encourage that. Carrots, as many carrots as you want, okay? Especially in your beet juice. Another thing that gives the beets a little bit more flavor, so Kiara will be able to drink her beet juice like a good girl. These are things that you want to do. Again, with the coconut water, I only use about maybe that much. If it was something like this, I'll probably use, about that much coconut water and the rest of the juice. If I'm diabetic, I'll use about that much coconut water and the rest of that juice, okay? Because you don't want your sugars to spike just because you're drinking juices, okay? It could be a snack. If you are doing intermittent fasting, it can be a meal at the end of your day. But you want to check that sugar at night, okay? Because glucose drops at night. So you want to check just before you go to bed to make sure that you're good. If it's low, then you just want to just pop something in your mouth. Just be on the safe side until your body gets acclimated to what you're doing. Because again, your body is like a science. It doesn't just change overnight. It gradually changes. All right, so you also want to be mindful of that. You might not have to take something every night. Once you start getting in the groove of it, you might not have to take like a snack because your sugar is low. Your body just has to get acclimated to the change.
One more question. Do you juice everything separate and then mix? That's a question that I had too. Does it matter?
Yeah, it kind of sort of matters if you're like I told you what my base was.
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes my base might include the pineapple juice as well. That might be my base, but most of the times that is my base. Everything else, I just kind of like have in separate containers, so I'm able to mix and match however I want to. When you have everything in one container, everything is in one container, then how can you mix and match or even experiment?
Right.
Just getting started. So if you don't know what you should juice or how it should taste, get like little cups and just juice something and put them down, and then just pour a little bit in the cup and see how well it tastes. And then if you want a little bit of more pineapple, then you need to add more pineapple with this concoction that you're making. If you need less beets or less ginger, then you'll know. But make a base, okay?
I'm glad that we went over that because I was down there like just putting everything in at one time. And so that makes a lot of sense. And then you probably can wind up with more variations and stuff too doing it that way. Because if you start with 4, then that you can make 8, 16 different just from mixing stuff around. So
Yeah. So just play with it. I really encourage you guys just to play with it. I mean, what do you have to lose? What do you have to gain?
You have a lot to gain.
Absolutely.
All right, and so as we're rounding out and getting ready to close out, I did have a question about something that I noticed, when we were doing some research for this. It mentioned peppers, in all of the properties of peppers. But have you put peppers in your juice?
I put peppers in my green machine, which is my hot smoothie.
Yeah, okay.
Peppers in that. You can put them in your juices as well, like your green juices, your vegetable juices. You can put peppers in that. Yes, ma'am. Tell me about the benefits, Kate.
They're rich in vitamin C. They have lots of antioxidants. They help to keep the arteries decongested and help conditions like asthma, bronchitis, and the common cold. They also help the hair, nails, and skin because they are high in natural silicones. So this is good stuff. And I love those peppers for a reason. I do not, very rarely do I eat even a salad without the peppers, and I like the colorful ones. So I put, mostly the yellow and orange ones in my salad because they're a little sweeter and they just give it, that extra. But that's a lot for a pepper.
Exactly.
That's a lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah, it is. All right,
Jackie, how you doing over there?
Listen, I'm pretty much done. I had some green apples left that I'm ready to juice up, but our producer is looking at me sideways. I love him, y'all. I need to keep him, so I don't want no problems.
I don't want no problems neither, so
Put my hands up.
Don't be scared.
You got the juice now, player. You got to get up out of here. So we just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in for our Fit for Life segment on juicing. This was truly, helping people who, especially beginners like myself. We got some pros on the line in the house. They still back there, Lady J back there in the background finishing up. Because I guess you figure you're doing it for the show, you might as well get it in. So now you got your juices. Yes.
Get it done.
So, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Tell a friend to tell a friend that if they were not able to catch this show, definitely catch us on the replay, #replay. Because we are here for y'all. We do this not only for the fun and the entertainment, but we do this because we care about y'all. We love y'all. We want y'all to be around and to be as healthy as possible while you're around. So thanks for tuning in for our Fit for Life segment. We're so excited that we can still get it in because y'all know this is not our normal Friday. This is not our normal Fit for Life session, but we were still able to get it in, so we did not skip a beat.
Yeah.
So we will see you guys next time. Next Friday is Hot Topics. We'll be back again for Fit for Life on the 3rd Friday in May. Y'all ladies, got anything else? Closing comments before we go?
I don't. And
This was a great segment.
Yes, this was a great segment. And what we doing next month, Shay? What we doing next month?
I don't know. It's gonna have to be something. The weather's getting better, so I don't know.
All right, we got
a surprise.
Okay.
All right, y'all. So y'all heard it here first. You already know when that weather gets nice, we tend to like to, show up and show out. We like to do some stuff in person. So
That's it.
y'all got
outside event to me.
Yeah, have some outside event, yes. And I do believe, at least I pray, that by this time next month, the weather will be finished settling down, and we will actually be in real spring. So until next time, thank y'all so much for tuning in. It's your girl Key. We got my sissy Shay, Lady J in the back. Good night, and God bless everybody. Take care.
Love you. Good night. Good night.